Hey folks, Jim here, aka Palette of the Dead. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another Getting Started with Warhammer 40k video. But as per usual with all this type of stuff, if you like these videos, hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and if you fancy it, drop a comment down below. I love hearing back from you guys, it goes a massive way to helping out the channel too. So, this is the second part of Getting Started with 40k. So as with the last video, and with the Getting Started with the Age of Sigmar videos, I'm discussing with you what I personally would buy if I were to start a new 40k army with a budget of £200. Now of course, I'm not going to be putting my money where my mouth is on this one, because we're going to go through every faction, well, near enough every faction. So when I don't have that kind of money to spend, so we will have a theoretical look at it. Now, as with the previous videos, we use pricing pulled from Warhammer.com and a third-party retailer. The third-party retailer I have chosen for this series of videos is Wayland Games, but of course you can shop where you like, whether that be Goblin Gaming, Element Games, Broadsword Wargaming, Alchemists Workshops, Leodis Games, anywhere like that. There's loads more to pick from. I'm absolutely sure that I probably don't know of or never or completely forgotten about, but it's worth shopping around. Some of them do deals slightly cheaper than others, and some of them have some really good old loyalty schemes, so it's worth having a look into for them, because it could save you a bit more money in the future, so why not? Now, in part 1 we took a look at the Space Marines and the lovely feral Space Wolves. So if you haven't checked that out, obviously, why not check it out now? Or if you want, check it out after this video, and then we can have a bit more fun with part 2. So, there are some really good factions within the good old 41st millennium, and I do quite like them. But this time round, I'm going to actually change and aim towards more the Xenos races, a little bit more and a little bit more often. And in all honesty, I'm actually going to go with the mighty Tau army. Now, I'm a fan of the crisp look of the Tau Empire. With their formidable array of battlesuits and drones, they look pretty damn cool. However, I have been told they are not always very formidable, and their shooting can be a bit crap. However, purely aesthetic, I like the look of these guys. I think they're really good fun, and yeah, I do really like them. As I say, they're a really nice looking bunch of units. So, as per usual with all these factions, we're going to kick it off with the Combat Patrol box. In this, we get an Ethereal, which is a serene and wise spiritual leader of the good old Tau Empire. We get Cadre Fireblade, who's an excellent leader of the Fire Warriors. Then we get a lovely XV95 Ghost Keel battlesuit, which is accompanied by 2 drones. Then we get 3 of the XV25 stealth battlesuits. They also come with a drone. And then finally we get 10 Fire Warriors, which also comes with 2 drones. So there seems to be a bit of theme here, doesn't there? There seems to be a lot of drones, and it's a good amount of minis for what you're paying. In all honesty, that Ghost Kill battlesuit is really nice looking, and so are the stealth suits. In all honesty, I like the stealth suits. I have a box of them and I haven't actually painted them, but they are really nice looking, and I say that crisp, nice look for them can be really good fun as well, and a bit of a different way of painting. Then, in all honesty, I would take a Pathfinder team. So this is a box of 10 Tau Warriors and 3 drones, and it's a decent sculpt. However, it is mostly sculpts from 2012, and this box is actually slightly cheaper than the Kill Team Pathfinder box, which has come out more recently, but it's almost identical in every single way. So there are sprues that are identical. I think you just get 1 sprue extra in the Pathfinder box, which gives you some alternative ways of building them. Not sure how it works, but one's more expensive than the other, but you know, GW don't really want you to notice this and just buy the newer one, in all honesty. But it's the way retail goes, in all honesty. Then personally I would take another kill team, so in the shape of the Farstalker Kinband however. So the Farstalker Kinband are Kroot, who are savvy mercenaries who are allied with the Tau and are a bit more of a feral nature. They have some more basic weapons, but they're pretty cool. They're pretty odd looking. They look like really weird animals instead of blue skin like the Tau are meant to be. These are very, very different and very unique and kind of look more like they're up for guerrilla warfare, which is pretty cool in my opinion. Then finally, I think we need to add another battlesuit into this mix, don't we? So I personally, because the Tau have quite a few to choose from, I personally though would take the XV88 broadside battlesuit, which has also been around for quite a long time, but I would take it because look at the size of that heavy rail rifle that it carries. It's massive because, you know, pretty damn cool stuff. Now, if you don't want it to have this heavy rail rifle, you can build it with a high yield missile system. It also comes with 2 drones, as majority of Tau come with a drone at least. It's not too bad. It's a okay army. Now, this army, if you were to buy it, is roughly 640 points. It costs you around about £197.50 if you're buying it from Warhammer.com, or around about £158 from good old Wayland Games. This though is a decent starting point for the Tau army, for my personal preferences. However, you can expend it in many other ways. There are new good old Kroot coming out soon, so could be worth looking into them if you are going to go down this route. However, you know, some pretty good stuff. So, not too bad. Then we're going to move on to our second army of this video, and in all honesty, we're going to go back towards Space Marines. However, it's a different chapter, and we move on to the Black Templars. Now, I do quite like the look of Black Templars. They look pretty cool. The Combat Patrol box has quite a few minis. So, to kick us off, we get a Primaris Marshal, which is a very nice looking mini with tabard, buckles, chains, and a lovely sword, as you do. Then we get a Primaris Crusade squad, which is 9 minis in itself, which you get a Sword Brother, you get 5 Initiates, and then you get 4 Neophytes. We also get 5 Intercessors, which are your standard good old Space Marines. We get a Primaris Impulsor, which is upgraded to fit with the Black Templars, and then we also get a single Black Templars upgrade frame for all the shoulder pad goodness and such like. So that's a pretty decent start for 95 quid. That gives us a decent amount of minis to kind of get going with, and it's more minis than what you get if you were buying the good old Space Marine box, in all honesty. So happy days. Then I, in all honesty, would take in the badass looking Primaris Chaplain because he looks like an absolute badass. So this is one of the iconic minis, really nice, fantastic sculpt, really good stuff. It's an absolute steal. I would take this guy all the time because he just looks ace, doesn't he? And then, in all honesty, to keep with the look of the Black Templars, I would take a box of Black Templars Sword Brethren. It's 5 minis for wheeled swords, axe, chain swords, mace, lightning claws. You can even use a thunder hammer if you want, and pistols and much more. It's entirely up to you, but that's a really cool kit, and I do genuinely like it. And I think it just fits the Black Templars aesthetic really nicely. And then lastly, we're going to take yet another kill team. So kill teams are really good. So this is the Scout Squad. So pretty decent amount of minis. It's not necessarily, it doesn't have to necessarily be Black Templars. You can have them in different armies if you wanted to, like most of the Space Marine units. But for Black Templars, I think this would make a nice little fit and kind of sit in quite nicely. So why not? Now, if you wanted to buy this bundle of Templar goodness, it will set you back £197.50 if you're buying it directly from Warhammer.com or any of their stores, Or if you bought it all from Wayland Games, about that £158 region, yet again, which is pretty good going, and it gives you a bit of change to get more minis, and it's also a 650 point army. So it's not super big, it's not super powerful, but it's a decent start. It's a good start to kind of get going with the Black Templars, and yeah, why not? Have a bit of fun with it, but it gives you a little bit of a step in the right direction. Now, that's it. So that's 2 more of Warhammer 40k factions in the bag. Now obviously everybody is going to have their own opinions. It's entirely up to you how you want to go about doing it. Obviously as well with this video, it is written and recorded before the new release of the Recruit minis, so yeah, there may be some changes to this much later on, but for now this is what I personally would be picking if I was picking it up right now, which is yeah, the 11th of March. So anyway, thank you very much for watching, and yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye bye now.